Hey guys, it's Derry. It is the Rainbow Witch from the Colorful Cottage. And I am here today to kind of show off or talk about my deck collection. I currently am down, believe it or not, from, I think at one point I had over 30 decks. Then I went down to 25, now I'm at 18. And I'm kind of happy with 18. There's a couple more decks that I want to add, but I did end up gifting a couple away because I didn't resonate with them anymore, or I never connected with them. So I passed them down to fellow witches that I thought that they were meant for. So, but I have 18 decks, and they are varying decks. I have a couple of Oracle decks, I have a couple of Tarot decks, I have a couple of Oracle decks, and I have a couple of Affirmation decks. Right now I am down to three Tarot decks. And the 3 Tarot decks that I have are the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck by Raven Felon. I love Raven Felon's artwork. I absolutely, and I've been called to use this deck a lot lately. And I think a lot of it is because of her imagery. Her imagery is amazing. I mean, and she does it all. She writes the book. She draws and this is an 81 card deck with a 308 page guidebook. And it's as you can see, it's a good quality deck. It's a deck box. Huge deck box. Huge book. And then there's the deck. There's the back of the card. And let me see if I can find a really good card. Her dragon cards are probably some of my favorite. I love her dragon cards. Her dragon cards are amazing. There's 2 of them. This is, yeah, I love the colors. I love the imagery. I love the energy. They're 2 different suits, and I love this because it goes by the suit of the element that she's working with, which I really like. But there's those. But that's the Dreams of Gaia Oracle or Tarot from Raven Felon. She's got a lot of Oracle decks as well. I've only used this one once or twice, and as much as I love it, I don't know. I'm not deeply connected to it, so this may go off. I'm not really sure if this is by Barbara Moore. It's another really good deck. It's the Steampunk Tarot. I think I just have to work with it more. Hang on, I'm making a video.
My inflatable ball from VBS is in their yard. Do you want me to go get it?
Yes, go.
But what did they call the cops?
They won't go. Go. They won't go.
Want me to knock on their door?
No, TJ, just go get it. Sorry about that. It's by Barbara Moore, and it's illustrated by Allie Fell, and it is the Steampunk Tarot. And I love steampunk. I love it. It's got the metal. There's the box. It's another really good book. There's the back of the card. And I love how it's got the swords and the pentacles and the wands and the cups on the back of the card. So it's got all 4 suits. But there's another one of the images. That's the 6 of swords. There's another one. The Empress. It's the 2 of Wands. Yeah, but I really like that deck. I haven't been, when I go to pick a deck, I haven't been intuitively called.
I'm knocking on their door. I'm too scared.
Oh God, TJ, they're not gonna hurt you. They're not even home, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Whatever, go.
They don't like me.
Go, TJ. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have not been overly intuitively called to use that deck much. So, but I think I'm going to delve back into this. This is my go-to tarot deck. And it is my go-to because I love the images. I love everything. I love the deck creator. I love everything about this deck. And it is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. She is my favorite, and you've heard me say this over and over and over again. She is probably one of my favorite deck collectors, or deck creators. Another really good box. Little book. The reason that I love this deck, basic card back. It's a green card. I mean, they're good quality cards. The reason that I love this deck is because it goes a bit further. It uses the elements versus the suits. It uses water, air, earth, and fire versus the cups, the wands, but it tells you, but again, she breaks it down in the book about what each suit means. But yeah, and then you go into the numerology, the major arcana suits. The major arcana each have a number, which we all know. But she takes it a step further and breaks it down. Like 11 would be a number 2 because you take 1 and 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So the number for this card would be 2. For the Justice card would be number 2. And the numbers of the Good Tarot is the energy of the collaboration or partnership with another person or with spirit. Thinking, I'm not alone in co-creating something new with the energy of this element. So she'll break down what the numbers mean, and it'll give you a more even in-depth. But this is the Queen of Water. I love this deck. The Five of Earths. The Messenger of Fire. I mean, the energy, the colors, where's the air? I gotta find an air card. The Two of Air. They're just breathtaking cards. I love everything about this deck. This is usually, if I'm working with the tarot decks, this is usually, where'd it go? Okay, well, I'll get it later. This is usually the deck that I am called to use, is this deck. And this was gifted to me, but I love it. I will not be breaking down every deck and opening every deck. This is another Oracle deck, because as you all know, I love rainbows. So again, this was also gifted to me several years ago by a former friend, because she couldn't connect with it, and I use it quite often. This is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. This is a great deck. I have, in this bag, because the box for this was really rather flimsy, and I was not impressed with this. With the packaging of this deck. I love this deck. This is another one of my go-to Oracle decks. And this is the Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, the Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud. Yes. But I love this deck. And this is, I love Brian Froud's artwork. I used to collect his gnome books and his fairy books when I was little. Like every Christmas, my granny would get me one of his books from when I was little. But the book for this one, it's a big hardback book. The guidebook for this deck is amazing. So that's over there because I couldn't fit it in with this. But and then another one that I have. This is the Trust Your Vibes Oracle by Sandra Choquetti. I'll just show you the guidebook. Yep, it's a psychic toolkit for awakening your sixth sense. And it's a really fun little deck to use. And sometimes when I'm just, just need a little sassy pants, I'll grab that one. I have another deck by Colette Baron Reed, which is the postcards from Spirit when I need a kick in the head. Like Spirit's kicking me in the head and I'm just not listening. This is my go-to deck when I'm just like, okay, what do you want? What are you telling me? So I have that one. This is another one that I use a lot. I had his tarot deck. I had Ciro Marchetti. He's another one that I love his artwork. He deals with circus stuff, kind of marionettes and circus themes, and but it's not your typical. It's very Venetian. It's got a very Venetian twist to it. It's the Pierrots and the Pierettes and the circus of Venice, and I love. And if anybody watches Doctor Who, you'll kind of recognize. This is what this reminds me of. I love his artwork. I love that it, But yeah. He's another one that is to get into. I mean, but Colette, I guess, is my go-to just because she can't, in my opinion, and I'm really a nobody. I'm not up there. I mean, but to me personally, she can't make a bad deck. I have 1, 2, 6 of her decks. If that says anything. If that is 6, I have 6 of her decks. This is my, I have her Spirit Animal Oracle. I have her Wisdom of the Oracle. She's another one that kind of deals with, but I think what it is for me with her is everything of hers is positive. There's always an upswing. Yes, she has lessons in there, and yes, if you get a reverse card, but there's always wisdom. There's always something positive that comes out of the negative of like a reversed card, or it's the language that she uses when she breaks down things. So I have those 2. This is her latest deck, or one of her latest decks. And I recently acquired it, and I am head over heels. It is the Goddess Power Oracle deck. And it comes, I mean, it's a good, but here's the back of it. Again, her artwork is amazing. The artists that she hires are just amazing. I mean, there's that one. And then usually my go-to oracle of hers is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. This is one that I coveted for. I saw this when she brought it out, and I'm just a regular person. I would love to be able to have the money to just drop on decks that are $50, $60, $100 or more. This is probably my most expensive deck because I didn't want to wait. When I saw this, I got it about 3 months after it came out, and it's a $45 to $50 deck. but it was just one of those that I was like, okay, I'm done. And as you can see, it comes, again, her packaging is unparalleled. I don't quite understand the reason for, again, but it's got a good size guidebook. It's got the deck box inside the box. But there's the back of the card. Yeah. But I think, again, with all of her decks, that's what I love, is the fact that you can break them down. You can break the numbers down. I mean, she always deals with numerology. She always deals with, even with a reversed deck, even with a reversed card, there's a gift in the lesson. There's nothing negative about her messages. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 affirmation decks. And this, as I said, is probably one of my go-to affirmation decks. This was made by somebody on Instagram. Her name is Devin Strickland. She has since sold the rights to this deck. It is no longer in production. But the company that she made it was her company, which was Love, Light, and Legacy, which is now Life Moments Candles. But again, I love her artwork. And the girl she hired, her best friend, to do the artwork for this deck. And this deck is an 88 card deck. And it is the simplest thing in the world to use. You always draw 3 cards. And it's what you need to know, what you need to show, and what you need to grow. But again, the artwork. And they're just very simple little I am statements. I am aware. I am child. But the colors and I am surrender. They're just, it's a gorgeous deck. It's just, and they're all positive. I am limitless. I am you. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I am, and it says, add your own idea or name. Just I am. I am Earth. I mean, just the colors, and it's just a gorgeous deck. And then I have, this is a 50 card deck. It's by Cheryl Richardson. And it's I am grace cards. And it's literally simple things like just one-word statements of relax, strength, silence. It's just things you need to tap into. And it's just, but I love it. This deck is new to me. I haven't worked with it much. This was gifted to me by my dear friend Ashley Binford. Hopefully she's making a new release of it here soon. I follow Ashley on Instagram. She's Binford's All Natural or Binford Shop. She's also on Facebook as Ashley Binford. She created a deck a couple of years ago called the Wisdom Deck. And it deals with astrology, it deals with numerology, it deals with positive affirmations. It has I am statements in it. It has it deals with numerology, astrology, just stuff like that, and it'll break down things like what but it's just a really fun deck. Another endearing deck that I have. I love this deck. I do. This is a very small deck. It's a 44 card deck, but it's the Witchlings deck. And all of these little drawings are flowers. They're little witches that are flowers. And each card comes with a story and 3 or 4 spells that you can do when you pull that card, or that you can do with that card. Like opportunity, and the world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered, and it'll break down the flower, it'll break down, and it'll give you some spells to do with it, and each card has a name, so each witch has a name, so you can learn their name, and just learn more about them. It's a really fun little sweet little deck to use occasionally, and when you need a little whimsy in your life. I have Madame Andora's fortune cards, which are just a fun little, this was just it comes with a little black and white paper book. Ouch. But it's got things like, there's the back of the deck. And this is the Sun card, and it's your perseverance is rewarded. And then my last deck is The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. I don't have this book. I don't have this journal. It does come with it does, if you were to get all 3, you would get the book, the journal, and the deck. But I love this deck. This is a really great positive affirmation deck, and you can always read a little bit more into it, into, why you got this card, but yeah, that is my deck collection. And I've had people say to me, well, what's the difference between tarot versus oracle versus affirmation? Affirmation is very simple. Affirmation is just something that when you need a boost to your spirits, or, you need just a little, you're feeling sorry for yourself, or you just need a little kick in the pants. Just something to boost your spirit. A tarot deck is traditionally a structured deck, and it's usually 98% of the time, it's a 78 card deck. Very rarely will you get an 88 card deck or a 44 card deck, but because primarily it's a 78 card deck. And there's a common theme. Tarot gives you a more detailed interpretation to what your question is, or, I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't ask questions. I literally will meditate over the cards or over the decks over here in my area, and I will pull a deck, and then I will meditate, and I will literally just pull 3 or 4 cards and break them down, and then give them, I don't ask what your question is, because usually the cards that I pull will answer more than you thought you needed to hear. An oracle deck versus a tarot. An oracle deck is a free-flowing deck. There's no set number to the deck. There's no real common theme to the deck. As I said, it's open-ended. You can interpret it whatever way you feel you need to interpret it as. Oracle's like the main meal, where tarot's the ingredients kind of thing. You get it? Yeah. Tarot's a storybook, whereas oracle could be just a chapter. Like, each card in the tarot's a page in the book, whereas oracle's just a chapter. It doesn't break it down. If somebody were to ask me to do a reading, I would usually pull an oracle card at the beginning to get kind of an overall theme this is for like an intuitive reader kind of thing. I would pull an oracle card at the beginning, and I would go, okay. So that'll give me my overall theme, and then I'll pull several tarot cards to get the full picture, and then at the end I'll pull another oracle card or an affirmation card to kind of bring it all together and to get the underlying theme and just kind of find a positive way to close the some other really great decks that I have on my list are some I definitely one of the decks that I really want, I want a crystal deck. And Colette Baron-Reid actually has one, which I really, really want. Some Elena Fairchild decks. I wouldn't mind. I have to find the right. I like Lucy Cavendish decks, but I don't like the ones like that she does with the artist that does the big eyes. Those kind of creep me out, but I really would like a Lucy Cavendish deck, but I don't know quite what deck yet. I wouldn't mind an angel deck. But I'm kind of, I would like to maybe even create, or like my Sisters of the Christian Witches Roundtable or whatever. I think it would be fun to create a deck. Try your hand at creating a deck. I know several people that have done that. I know Molly Roberts has done that. She's kind of created her own little fun little deck, which I love. I love that idea of her pop pantheon and just, digging in, and her junk journal kind of way of I love her art. I love her decks. Another one of my friends on Instagram, Rachel Rainbow, is creating a light language deck. Or in the beginning stages of creating a light language deck, which I love. I just think that would be really cool. But that's it for me for now. I hope this helped. Again, shoot me a positive comment if you want to see more, what you would like to see, what you would like to, I've got some other Christian Witches Cove things coming up on my channel, which I will be doing a regular show on that back on the Facebook page. But it will no longer be the Christian Witches Cove. It's got a whole new name. I'm kind of trying to figure out where that's going to go. But yeah, I hope this helped, and everybody have a wonderful day. And this is Derry, Cinnowitch Carpenter, for the Rainbow Witch and the Colorful Cottage, and everybody have a great day. Bye, guys.